I woke up pissed this morning. That rarely happens. I normally wake up and I'm in an amazing mood. I feel great. I woke up pissed this morning. See, I've been in clown class, taking clown at the Pandemonium Studio here with Christopher Bays in New York City for the past couple of days. And the thing about clown class is it's basically 5 hours a day of screaming and laughing and of releasing, both consciously and subconsciously, things that are blocking you up. One of the points of clown, as far as I can tell, is that you need to become maximally vulnerable with the audience and be able to express all of the joy for whatever it is that you're bringing to the stage and all of your joy for being in front of the audience and sharing a moment, sharing a truth with them and with your colleagues, and be able to play. And if you suck, if you're not funny, you own it. And then if you're hilarious, great, you've done something good. And I have personal and professional goals that have brought me into that place. For the past year and a half, I've been on a deeply painful and rewarding quest of personal growth and discovery. End of July 2022, I hit an absolute rock bottom in my life and in my marriage. And now I am here a year and a half later, separated, and for the most part, actually, you know what? 100% of the part, better than I've ever been. Because you can be better than you've ever been and still wake up pissed, still be pissed. It's part of the human experience. Feeling happy and feeling amazing wouldn't be special and wouldn't be something to be appreciated if you were like that all the time. And part of that journey is relentless exploration of self, of getting to truth. So clown and every other bit of personal development and business development are aligned in that they're getting to truth. So I'm pursuing clown because I want to be as powerful on stage as I possibly can be. And because I feel like I have something to say and something to be on stage for. And I want to be able to take that, bridge that to the audience, to let them into it, to share that with them and to connect with them. Because I reached a point in that personal development journey, that quest, where I'm a pretty open book. The only reason that I don't say specifics is basically because there are other people involved. If it was just me solo, I would just say everything clearly, plainly. I don't care. One of the processes by which I do that, and then the other part of clown, right? There's that professional ambition, but then there's also the personal ambition, which is like, I want to be able to do that for myself. I find myself, I recognize a pattern of being overthinking. And if you're overthinking, then you are underfeeling. And it's the feelings where all the power and the juice are. Because human beings are emotional creatures. We make decisions emotionally and then act and then rationalize later with logic, no matter how smart you think you are. And especially as men, the only feeling that we are given permission to access or to express is this one, is anger. It's being pissed, rage. And so the other process, the main process by which I, of course, ton of therapy, and not your talk therapy, your therapist says they're very polite. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not accepting that kind of therapy. That's not how I operate. I'm extraordinarily type A and relentlessly intense. Enneagram type 3 to the friggin' hilt. Like, I go. My therapist is a badass. She calls me on a lot. I do a type of therapy called EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing, which is basically you going into your subconscious mind and identifying memories that you've long forgotten, and then identifying stories about memories that you do remember, tying all these things together and seeing how they show up in your life. We use this as a guidepost. One of those things that you come to might give you a cognition of, oh, hey, I've been believing this. I do not deserve X. I am stupid. I am not smart enough. I am different / don't belong, etc., etc. Those are negative cognitions. But the opposite of those are I am intelligent / able to learn. I can have / deserve. I am okay as I am. So you uncover these negative cognitions through this process, and then you see where they've been showing up in your life. So this pursuit of truth is basically everywhere in my life, pursuing the truth of myself. So I wake up pissed. And one of the things I like about Clown is that it uses body and breath and voice to release things. Well, I'm a huge meathead, and I've recently gotten into running. So I woke up and I went for a run. I went for a longer run by more than 50% that I've been going for. I went for 5 miles at a 8-something pace. It's like my 9th or 10th run since I've been running. So pretty good, right? And you know what? I got to the end of the run. I didn't feel any fucking better. The thing about pursuing truth is that it never ends. You get to one layer and another layer and another layer, and there's more to be discovered. And what happens is that at some point, maybe the first layer, you're like, oh, wow, it feels good. Okay, yeah, I know what to do. I'm clear here. Okay. Second layer, another of that. Eventually, you get to a point where you have a perspective shift, where it's powerful. And it puts you face to face with a main demon. And this is why I woke up pissed. Because through these processes, these cumulative processes, and then through these cumulative processes, I basically had a couple of realizations last night and this morning about some situations that I've been wrestling with, grappling with very deeply every dark night of the soul that I've had since moving here in the dead of winter. You know what? New York actually hasn't been that cold, and I'm from Colorado, so it's not that bad. For the past 2 months, this thing is right at the core of them. And the thing about a realization this powerful is that it reveals this delta between who you want to be, who you're aiming to be, who you tell yourself that you are, and who you have been and what you've been accepting. And that forces you to realize what you've been focusing on and what you've got. And not just how you feel in the moment before you realize this, how you felt, but how you feel now having realized this. And then all the work that you have to do to become this person, the person that you want to be. And as much as I like to believe that some things are binary, right? 18 months ago, I just flipped a switch and I was like, I'm never not training my body again, 6 days a week, at least. I have missed. Or 7.5 years ago, I was like, I'm never drinking again. Flipped a switch. No temptations, no anything, no booze. When it comes to these stories, these patterns, these behaviors, you can flip a switch, but you have to constantly flip it. Day by day by day. It's rented. I'm a huge meathead, so it's not unlike the body. You can't train one day really hard, eat really clean one day, and then just be ripped forever. You have to do that every single day. And then it's also what you don't do. In fact, what you don't do, what you refuse to do anymore, what you subtract, might matter even more. So as this applies to personal development and this quest to reveal oneself, this quest to be more authentically oneself, It means that you have to let go, me, have to let go of a lot of what is comfortable. Maybe everything that is comfortable. The relationship that is not working, but that you know and that feels like home, where you realize you have been living a lie because you've been accepting lies and acting like they don't matter. Acting like there will be a change big enough to cover up years of lies. That's a tough one. That is what I'm grappling with. So it's tough. It's a lot of work to get to that point, to see that. Here's what happened. Tons of clown class, giving it my all, screaming, laughing, thinking about what do I need to go in and scream and release, what do I need to laugh about. We play a game. It's like, tell a secret. I'm like, what secret do I need to tell here in this protected environment of clown class where nobody is ever going to hear it? And it feels good to let out a secret. And other people are releasing theirs, and then you're bonding, you're connecting. It's great. Releasing secrets in these stacks, this prompted journaling, daring to write the things that I wouldn't write down, that I think immediately, but that I almost don't even give myself permission to think. Giving it my all in each of these areas, and then trying to apply that, showing up each day more authentically, more real, more raw, trying to be as relevant as possible in every interaction. It's like when you're chipping at a stone. So you're trying to break a stone open, and it takes 1,001 cracks. If you give up at 1,000, you walk away, the stone never cracks. You hit 1,001, cracks wide open. Is it because of that last strike, or is it because of everything that came before it? So I had one of these versions of 1,001st strike, where a couple of realizations came to me, and they would not have come to me if I had not done all of this prior work. And what was revealed in the cracking open was the solution to some of these problems, the solution to these things that I have been grappling with. And the decision is very clear, but it's very painful. It means I close a door forever, a door that I love, a door that when I go through and I go inside, it feels like home because it's been home. But if I want to get into a room, into a better room, a more secure room, a safer room, a room that will be more conducive to productivity and health and allow me to fully be who I want to be, who I'm trying to be, who I have given my soul and my life in pursuit of becoming, I have to close that door, not have a room to go into and not even know where the other door is, and go search. But not be in that room, because you cannot be accepting that. You cannot be accepting this. You cannot be here and then be on the path to here. I really thought that running 5 miles would scrub it out of me. Because normally I finish a run, like I lift pretty much every day, finish a lift and I'm like, oh, I feel amazing. Feels great to train your body. Makes sad head voice go away. Normally, reliably works every single time. So I figured, well, if I normally feel even better running than I do lifting, why don't I just go for a longer run than I've ever done at a faster pace than I'm used to doing? I will guaranteed feel amazing at the end of this. And I'll be even more cracked open and ready to release in clown class today. Wrong. Was left with the same demons right in front of me. But clarity, more clarity on what to do with these realizations. So the TLDR here is that the pursuit of truth is exciting, keeps things interesting. It's absolutely critical to create anything of value, not just art, but a person included, to its fullest potential at least. But it's hard and it's uncomfortable. It requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of courage. It requires building skills that you don't have. But if you want something that you've never had, you've got to do things that you never have done. So, if you're watching, I wish you clarity. I wish you courage. I wish you competence. Time to shower and go to clown class.